Hello, we're here again with Compete Digital 180, and today we're in downtown Boston at Hill Holiday with Bob Shetty. He's the Chief Media Officer and Chief Digital Officer. We're going to ask him a few questions, so let's get started right away. Bob, I know you guys are doing a lot of interesting things around digital media and social media and other things for your clients, and I know that you guys have done some excellent work around mobile applications for Dunkin' brands, and we actually got a chance to speak to Dunkin' at an event recently for CMO Summit. Can you give us a little bit of insight into that, Dunkin', what you did with Dunkin'?
Yeah, sure. So for Dunkin', we created an entire program that we call Dunkin' Run. And it was based on this very simple behavior of people wanting to go to Dunkin', say, in the middle of the afternoon. And instead of just going for themselves, also want to bring something back for a friend or colleague in the office. And so the simple application we designed was one that allowed people to invite people on their buddy list into what we call the Dunkin' Run. To just say, hey, I'm going to Dunkin', would you like me to pick something up for you? And it kind of took this kernel of a behavior that was already happening, and it built some technology around it that let people actually say, yeah, this is cool, I want to sign up, I want to opt in, and I want to reinforce this kind of this really cool behavior using a mobile device or using a browser-based application. So that application had an iPhone version, had a web-based version, and it's just another great example of how you can kind of bring utility and usefulness into a consumer's life and bring that from the brand to the consumer.
Great. I, by the way, thought that was a brilliant campaign. I thought it's great when you can, as you say, make an application that is consistent with how people actually behave rather than trying to get them to behave in different ways. So tell us a little bit now about the work you've done with Liberty Mutual. I understand you've done some interesting things there. And then this time when you give us your answer, talk a little bit about how you would measure the success of a campaign in the case of Liberty Mutual.
Yeah. So Liberty is a case of dealing with a topic area, in this case insurance, where people oftentimes aren't in the mindset of actually shopping for insurance, right? So this was about creating content that people would want to engage with before they were in the market for insurance, so that when they were considering their next insurance product, they might be more favorably predisposed to Liberty as a brand. So the entire campaign is built around this idea of personal responsibility. That's what Liberty Mutual is about. And so we created a content hub called Responsibility Project. And that's about kind of being, us being, as Liberty Mutual, being the curator for all kinds of content, stories and films, blog posts about this idea of doing the right thing versus the easy thing. And the simple measure of success, at least the first measure of success, is just the level of traffic to this content. It's easy to do something that gets relatively low traffic, but in this case of Responsibility Project, we have millions of people who have experienced this site. You can actually measure it on compete.com and plug it in. And much more so than I think most marketing programs that are built around a campaign. This is a growing, organic, natural way for people to engage, and it's been really successful. The second measure I would point to is we know when people do engage, they spend 5-6 minutes on the site, and they're much more predisposed to Liberty Mutual as a company than they were before their site experience.
And one last question, not sure if this will or will not make it on camera, but we're always out there searching for the next person to talk to on Digital 180. Can you give us a suggestion if you picked one person you think we should knock down the door and talk to? Who would that be?
Oh, sure, yeah. I would say go look up Gareth Kay, who has just left Boston to head out to San Francisco to take the job of Director of Digital Strategy for Goodby. And Gareth is a guy that I've known for a long time. He's just a terrific person that I think you could benefit from talking to.
Fantastic. Bob Shetty, thank you very much. Appreciate your time, and we'll catch up with you later.